I mean, if there is lag, do you want to get May to host GP2 onwards?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
Just check if he's still here.
We will give, we will tell, hopefully, the host to wait a slight bit between these GPs, as May does have a really good connection, as we've seen from past streams. He just, unfortunately, wasn't here as soon as it started.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure what the race score was. It was a 1-3-4 something. But I'm not sure what that last spot was for Yowndrift, unfortunately.
Alrighty, we'll just wait for the final GP score of this GP to get the final results.
Yeah.
We're heading in the last race nonetheless.
Yeah, hopefully we can get May on board here. Not really heard anything. But once again, I'm not sure exactly what track this is, but I know it's one of the SNES
This is
retro
SNES
track.
Donut Plains 2, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Donut Plains this was, but definitely this is going to benefit LT because there are some shortcuts. Once again, it's one of the most simple tracks to drive on. There's just a few turns, and you can see them from the mini-mappers. Jamie's going to start off with a first place break, but once again, they're just building up, and Jamie's going to lose his first place there to Trippy Sam. I think that is. Trippy Sam just going to be front running first. I think there's just a lot of lag right now for
Yeah, I don't know, it's working for me, but some people are saying it's not working.
Yeah, it probably shows up for you. I mean, it's laggy for me, but I can't really see that much going on.
Yeah. What we're seeing right now is we're still seeing Jamie in third, hitting a box here, and right behind Sammy as he does try and check a red, and we'll see if it does actually connect with Connor instead of Sammy.
Second place for Jamie. I think that's sixth. What am I about? Let's look at the right hand side. Jamie more than likely just gonna try and golden up at some point. I mean, there's a tiny little grass shortcut coming up here which he may use, but no, he's just gonna hold on to it and he's gonna start using his golden. Through the obvious mud bit, but
he did get a little bit of a wall, but it didn't really matter as he did finish with third regardless.
Oh damn! Shots on your net right there. But yeah, I mean, no one else can really host it, so. May once again. I think he's AFK as soon as we need him, which is cry-worthy right now.
Unfortunately.
I mean, there's different things you can do, like lower the bit rate. I'm not really sure what it's on, or if that's gonna do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that GP is a top 3 overall for Yowndrift, so it looks like they're going to be taking around a 30-point lead, I'd say, from that one.
Yeah, I'll just quickly do the scores, and while I do that, you can
talk about how Yowndrift are more unlikely. I mean, Yowndrift got mostly retro tracks, and they still won the GP by 30, so I reckon as soon as one of these technical tracks come in, which we haven't seen yet, Yowndrift are just going to take it away. In my opinion, but hopefully LT can mount a comeback, but I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. As we are loading the second GP straight away, it seems, so it doesn't even look like we're going to be able to switch hosts even if we wanted to, so RIP at the moment.
There we go.
But yeah, CSL is actually 4v4s right now because neither team could actually get 5. I mean, they barely got 4 to even do this match, unfortunately.
Here we go. So, yeah. But, looks like they're going to N64 Royal Raceway next.
Once again, one of the tracks really doesn't take much about skill, and there's obvious, what's it called? Girl shortcut.
This looks like LT is getting rather lucky with the retros though, and as soon as they get the actual CTs, it looks like it could be trouble for them.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, LT are now top 2, but this isn't the track that you really want to have to on right now. As the lag seems to be smoothing out.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, at least. As we're going to see, top 2 here still for LT. It actually gets wheelie bumped down, so... Still 2-3-4 currently, as slowly Shamron is actually going to fail, so it's top 3 right now. And someone's actually building up top 4.
Top 4 for LT, but I don't know if that
which I don't really think is a good idea right now. Some of them should try and drop or schlag with items, as Jamie's going to be in first place right now. More than likely going to try and hold this, just get an item up here to protect himself.
Definitely.
If they do get reds, but I think his team are behind him, so he should be fine for now.
Yeah.
As he gets a fib, isn't really that helpful as he goes straight into that off-road, but
he is able to,
he is able to at least backfib someone. Has barely avoided that boulder actually. Gets a third place box, gets a single red, so he's going to be able to throw that. But someone actually had a star in third and was forced to use that because he put out that red, so they're going to be in first for now. As we do see a 2-4 currently, 2-3 for Lost in Touch.
Looks like that's coming from Yowndrift at the TC. Almost got past the Jamie, but he just barely evaded. But
he gets lagged.
There he goes, and then he's going to be unable to pass
lag.
it. But,
he bumped straight back into Mila, but unfortunately not able to actually pass that due to the lag.
Unfortunately, that battle was just European versus Aussie, and the battle of that looked like Aussie won. But there's not really much you can do about that. Lag happens. But,
I mean, Aussie's lag way too much, so fair enough. We've got a single shroom in 6th. More than likely, he's just going to chain us up here. He's not going to do anything. You can pull, like, yeah, he didn't go for that draft because he'd rather have a 6th place box. He might even drop to 7th here by slowing down a little bit.
As he does do that, let's see if he can. He gets a goal.
He gets a goal, which is much more beneficial. He should just use this here as he does.
Yeah, as he does, and he's going to.
It's the biggest grass cuts in custom tracks. As you can see, he's gone from 8th all the way to 2nd nearly.
Definitely.
He does go to 2nd.
He does get 2nd right now, and he just barely
LT could visit the blues so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't think we've actually seen any blues apart from that first race where Jamie unfortunately did get blued, but no blues for LT, and I don't. They have had one shock LT, but that did get Jamie first, but the rest of their team not really able to capitalise on that. As top 2 currently for Yowndrift. Hopefully they can get some shrooms or at least a blue to catch up. If Jamie can get a single shroom here, that'd be great for him.
However, he does get a single green, which is very unlucky for Jamie.
One of the worst items you can actually get in 3rd place, so one like he's just going to throw that forwards randomly.
Yeah, I think he's going to wait until after cannon though, because there is a chance he could get a cheeky snipe coming up here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he could get one.
He gets the dodge.
He was actually looking backwards, and I saw him did slow down a bit.
Oh my god, this could be very
this is going to be a very good LT race if he can actually use this star. Hopefully Connor actually has some shrooms as well. It's going to be a top 2, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
top 3, maybe.
Possibly top 3.
If they can get that mega out of there. I think it was a 1-3-4.
It looked like Jamie just barely beat Sammy, but who knows?
I'm not sure, but Sammy luckily getting shot into
top 3-8.
Oh, was it top 3-8? That is definitely the race that LT needs to get back into this. Great shock usage from most likely KP as Jazz, Connor, and Jamie, all 3 dodging the cannon, and nobody from Yowndrift dodges. So one of the best shocks I've actually seen used in the CT division so far, as that's definitely going to be a great winning race for LT.
Definitely, and that's gonna even make it closer than what they were.
Right, I'll be back by the time the next race starts, hopefully, but I need to quickly BRB to get a drink because I'm really thirsty. So 1 second.
Alrighty, fair enough. As we continue on, the score of that race was 34-13, which is a +21 for LT, which very great race indeed for them. However, there we go. Scores are now fully updated, and we will be heading on to the next track. We're still seeing a bunch of Dreamworld Cladways, as well as tons of retros like Moo Farms, DS Figure 8 Circuit, Yoshi Circuit, Toad's Raceway, and GCM Luigi Circuit. But we're going to DS Figure 8 Circuit, which this track got recently updated.
DS, yeah, as you just said, DS. I think, is this actually sped up now? I'm pretty sure.
It is sped up, and I believe in the update it was downscaled, so it's a lot less wider.
It was around a ×2 multiply, but yeah, that definitely looks a lot slower than it used to be. As it's probably like a 1.15 or something. As We are going to see Jamie in first place. I mean, you can. There's not actually many. Well, there's not any shortcuts on it, but it's one of them tracks such as Luigi Circuit without the massive shortcuts where, once again, you can just dodge in a star. And hopefully LT can carry on getting these shocks and just using them to their advantage. I mean, that second shock was really beneficial for him as Shamrock's actually going to get the draft there and move into first. Hopefully, Jamie actually bumps him out of the way. Great play there.
We do get and actually backspam too, so Jamie just got a 2-for-1 deal right on a silver platter, and just like that, he's still in first place.
So hopefully he can hold on to this first place. More than likely he's going to be able to, as he does, pull out a fib. So if second place gets a raid anytime soon, that's going to be devastational for him as he is able to just hit the next box. Hopefully he doesn't get another fib as he gets the green shell. He's able to block any snipes that come in from behind, but a fib or a banana snipe could still ruin his race, and definitely a blue shell. As we see a red come through, he's just going to pull out his green as expected. Hopefully he can get not a fib as he pulls out a green. That's very clutch of him there.
And then
the shot comes in. I'm not sure whose shot that was, but it did not look like many people dodged back there on the minimap. So
it looked like there was one that maybe dodged, but
yeah, I think there was one dodges. We're going to see snipes coming in here. Is Jamie going to be able to hold him to first? That green was so close. Another green.
And then he gets a red, and he's going to get redded, and it looks like Y is going to take top 2.
Great play there from Y. They're going to get that top 2 because of that. I mean, if he avoided that green, that red wouldn't have hit him and he would have got first, but unfortunately, Yowndrift pulling out a top 2 because of that. It looks like
we're seeing LT
I'm going to pull out the 3, 4, 5, and maybe even 6. So
maybe even 6, which would only be a
maybe a bottom 2, top 2, which is still a winning race by a little bit. Which is the top 2, bottom 2, which is 27 to 14, 20, 22. So a +5 race there, if I think I did that right for Yowndrift, which is good, but that definitely
it's actually a +7.
+7, sorry, but that definitely could have been a 1, 3, 4, 5 instead. 1, 4, 5, 6, sorry, but unfortunate for Jamie there getting green shelled. That red definitely did kill his race, but hopefully next time we can actually try and avoid stuff like that. But still a good snipe in my opinion. Tom returned, and his net shat the bed apparently, so Jazz is staying in, I think. But yeah, I mean, another slight race win for Yowndrift, and every time LT seemed to be getting back into it, they just counter and get a small race win. But still, what's that, 34? That's not the biggest point differential in the world. I mean, LT can obviously still go for that bonus point, which is only 14 points away, so if it does get too much, they can still focus on that bonus point. As once again, we're not really seeing Yowndrift take advantage of the fact that LT are inexperienced with these custom tracks, as they're picking stuff like Toad Raceway, which is honestly one of the easier tracks to race on, as we're going to get GC and Luigi Circuit. So I don't think we've seen one proper technical track so far, which is unusual in a CT war. We'll see teams like Final Stand and most definitely Relapse pick tracks like that, but it doesn't look like Yowndrift or LT are going to, as we're going on to another luck track. So once again, same as DS, Figure 8 Circuit, one of them tracks where dodging is going to help, as we saw from Yowndrift last race.
You see Jamie take an early lead with the shroom in
Yeah,
third.
he gets that shroom.
Definitely.
So this might be a mirror of what happens last time. He might be able to just front run, but then lap 3 shocks might happen, and hopefully Jamie can hold on to it. He has played this track enough. I mean, I've played with him a few times in CT Worldwide and such, and he is a decent player on it. I'm pretty sure he actually had I'm not sure if it was BKT, but I know he had a good time trial time here. Is we do see him actually breaking away a slight bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good idea for him to actually hold these triple bananas. As I say, there's a POW coming in, but the triple bananas were going to stop any reds, which did devastate his race last time, as he pulls a fib, so that's definitely not what he wants.
Much like Jamie displayed on Figure 8 Circuit, he is doing a good job of keeping the race behind him.
He's using good backspam spots, I mean, forcing them to go wide and even hit it at times, so he's just chaining fibs here. He really wants to get a banana, a green or triple bananas, just so he can avoid any reds which come in, but as we see, that red does come in, and he misses the item box, so once again,
and
2
he's
races
getting blued after that too.
And that's going to catch Trippy Sam in the blue, but I think, actually no, Trippy Sam's going to lag straight through it, as a shot comes in at the end. Not sure who that was with the shock dodges. We're going to see someone come up in a star here, but they're too far behind really. It was KP actually, so all to play for coming into this last few turns. I mean, that's a very tight pack for a second player.
Yeah, this pack is tight.
Hopefully we can get some shrooms from Jamie. He gets a star, he's going to spam this. We see KP coming up in a bill, he's going to spam some more shrooms if he can get any here. Which he does, he gets the goal and he's going to shroom up into third.
It looks like we see a 1-3-4 from LT.
A 1-3-4 or a 1-3-5, I think, from LT, so not that bad, but once again, as we saw,
We're seeing a
yeah,
1 3 4
1-3-4-6. So
6.
definitely a good race for LT. But once again, Jamie getting hit by a red on lap 3, which is very bad for him. So they read him. Unfortunately, I did think Jamie got passed before the blue one actually came in, but Jamie actually MVP right now, which is fair play to him, as LT do get a race win. I'm not sure how much that race one was by. 15, wow. So straight back in at LTR, as they're only down 9 points.
So.
Wow. So LT definitely bring it back. So I really do disagree with the Yowndrift's picks here. I mean, they're the more CT experienced team. I think definitely they can pick tracks which are technical to beat them on, but I'm not really sure what they're going to go with as we see GC and Yoshi circuit, but I think that is Mila who's been picking Dreamworld Cloudway since race 1, but it's just not going her way. There's once again Sammy picking Toad Raceway. We've got Naverbia coming in from KP there, which is an awful track. Comet Starway, and another track which is it's okay to race on. We've got Moo Moo Farm, easy to race on. GBA Rainbow Road, once again, just these easy tracks which really don't take much skill, and any other inexperienced player can get first. But Jamie, obviously, Jamie's known for having good lines on Mario Kart. He's just in these races which he won't know he's going to lack on. But lucky for Jamie, he is getting these tracks which he can just front run on.
The amount of retros that are getting picked are really like
this is
LT,
insane.
but over the real CTs, Y has the edge. They're just not using it to their advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they don't,
as Jamie actually does know the shortcuts here, which is good, is they're most likely going to take the one up here, which Booty and him do. But as you just said, loads of retros getting picked, which is surprising, definitely in LT's favour. But Yowndrift still with the win, which is pretty impressive from him.
Yeah, but at the same time, LT is coming back at a very quickly and alarming rate. So
it seems to be very back and forth.
If Y wants to bring this back, they're going to have to start picking more technical tracks to kind of screw with LT. Yeah,
definitely. But as we were just talking about, that top 3 first race was the reason the Yowndrift are in the lead. But after that, it's been LT win, Y win, LT win, Y win. It's just been back and forth. As we do have a pretty split up pack for lap 2 on GBA Rainbow Road. I mean, we've got a top 3 breaking, and the rest of the pack is just lurking back there.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Once again, as we've noticed, LT actually haven't pulled a blue shell, so that's really unfortunate for them, because if they do get blue shells, then Jamie's definitely going to be able to be in first. As we see 1-3 as top 2 break is absolutely gone right now.
Definitely. So what's going to happen is right after top 2, it's going to be a fight to see who can get the rest of the spots.
Exactly. And if LT, if Yowndrift are holding that blue, they could definitely at least try and get third if they're not there. As we see, just look at this top 2 breakaway. What is going on?
Definitely.
This is like 15 seconds.
We see Jamie chaining shrooms, so this could be also very good for him to catch up here. Just use this.
As he does do a nice cut, he does land it. Unfortunately,
he's gonna bomb here. Maybe he could get something. He hits the fib and falls off.
Great fib placement. I mean, that if that power wasn't there, then he wouldn't have hit that fib. But as we see, first place actually fallen off there. But as Jamie did get wrecked by that fib, it's not going to change much. As Sammy is more likely just going to get first, and really unfortunate there for Jamie. That power came in at the wrong time, and he had to hit that fib. But
and there was the blue, so they definitely were holding it, unless LT. Oh
no, that's him.
Oh, we do. We do see a
if he can get red,
he does get triple reds.
He does get triple reds, but I don't think it's going to hit him in time.
It's going to be enough. Unfortunately, they do not.
If Jamie did not fail that starter boost after he fell off the track, he would have got first place.
Unfortunately,
it looks like a late LT blue is going to come in, but it's just too late, really. And I'm not sure what the other spots were, as we see LT Jazz in last place back there with the battle glitch. So LT at least got last place, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a winning race for 1-3-5-8 for them. Sorry, someone might have actually DC'd. I'm not sure if Trippy Sam DC'd, but he had 3 points, so we'll keep hold of that information. But is that last race, or I think that is last race? 30. Yeah, that does look like final scores for a 4v4. So I'm pretty sure that's a winning GP for LT, as they do pull out the 1-4-5-6 overall. But once again, if the race wins back and forth, as we're going into the last GP here, hopefully LT can get more than one race in a row. But wow, that was really unfortunate there. The extra pounce from the POW killed me, yep, definitely. So that late blue was helpful, but he just couldn't capitalise. He did pull the reds which he needed, but he was just too far behind.
Yeah, indeed, he was too far behind, which is very unfortunate for him, but
But as we do see as the scores get updated now, it is still only -16. -16 is easily. I mean, we've seen LT get a race win by more than -16 before, as we saw that top 3 earlier. But
As there is
definitely
four,
come
as
back
there
into
is
this.
4 races left, it's still easy to see that it's still anybody's game.
An average of 4 points a race is all LT needs over Yowndrift right now. But if Yowndrift start taking the start of this GP, it's going to be definitely hard. But still, as we can see, LT are in play for that bonus point, which will put them ahead of both Twitchimos and Sweaters, and put them in a 4th place position.
Definitely. So what we're going to want to see here is what LT's going to need to do if they want to bring this back even more, is they're really going to need to start cranking on either getting shock or getting up there more, because
Definitely.
it seems like there's a lack of presence from LT front running other than
except for Jamie. Yeah. I mean, they have had some top 3s, but mainly that was because of KP's good shocks. But unfortunately, it is mainly Yowndrift up here running. Jamie is a good player, but once again, we have not seen any actual technical tracks as we see Moo Moo Farm, Comet Starway, Mushroom City, Yoshi Circuit, Toad Raceway. I mean, you can argue that Rainbow Road Solar Edition, which is the MK7 Rainbow Road, is hard, as we're just going to go to Moo Moo Farm. So once again, another retro, and I'm pretty sure this war has been 90% retros right now.
Just to add that, another luck-based retro where
exactly another really simple. This is basically just Moo Moo Meadows simplified and dumbed down. So
less ramps, no OP.
It's going to be a shot track.
I mean, that's about it. You get a little bit more moles here in Moo Moo Farm. Of
yeah,
course,
I mean, if you need to be able to dodge their moles, if you do know where the moles are, if you can go tight, but I don't really think that moles matter because that shock's definitely going to be useful. But you can front run any track in Mario Kart if you do get lucky enough. But as we're going to see, a snipe comes out, so first place is going to have a tiny bit of a breakaway as they do shroom past Jamie. But once again, as we just said, it's lap 1 out of 3 on Moo Moo Farm. So hopefully LT can get the shock here, as we do see first place slowly getting a breakaway, as they're actually called slowly. I didn't even mean to do that, but
unintentional puns, eh?
Unintentional puns, exactly. As we see someone in the build, he actually does get that red off. He's going to get a combo, and he nearly reds himself because of that lag, but hopping over it. But wait, how is he still in first?
I don't know. He's going to try and get him again.
He might have had a first place shroom actually, but he does pull out a banana. So top 2 currently for Yowndrift.
As we do see, Jamie does get a TC.
And a TC. If he does not pass this TC, it looks like first place is going to be absolutely gone because of this. And LT are bottom 4, and they need something special. They need a shock, or they are pretty much out of it now.
They're going to have to do something quick.
The shotgun does come in. We see someone in second dodging. I'm pretty sure that is LT Jazz. So LT Jazz is going to take him first right now, as KP actually uses that shock and gets up there. So we actually might see a race win for LT here right at the end. If Jamie can get a bill.
He does get the bill
here. Jamie actually does get the bill. Spam it. Just use it, Jamie. It's not good. There you go.
There we go. It looks like Jazz did get hit a little bit, though.
Jamie actually using that bill right at the end. It's going to take him to 6th, but Jazz actually falling somehow. All the way back down to 5th, so I think Yowndrift with a winning race there, something does happen to Jazz, unfortunately. So I think that was a bottom 2 for Yowndrift, but I'm not sure.
It was a top 3.
No, top 3 for Yowndrift.
Yeah, a top
and that's going to crush LT right there. They're going to need something special to come back from this. What happened? Great shot. I mean, Jazz dodged in second, lap 3 on Moo Moo Farm. What happened after that?
I have no idea, but it looks like he just lost it after that.
Wow. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's a -21 race. And that's definitely going to punish LT.
It's very heartbreaking for LT, but keep in mind there's still 3 races left, and it's...
Oh, Jazz got blued straight off the shock.
Wow, very...
That's really lucky on Yowndrift's part to pull that blue. Yowndrift have been getting the majority of blues. LT have had 1 blue, and it's really not done anything. So, Yowndrift definitely, I don't want to say lucky, but they are getting the better side of it right now. But that takes it from a 10-point gap instantly to a... What's that? A 37... I can't even count. 37. So, 37, that means 17 points in 3 races to get that bonus point, which is more than likely what they're going to be aiming to do, as that race just crushed their dreams. But once again, back to these retro tracks. I mean, we have 4 retros once again.
We do see it's some Twin Peaks, though, and it looks like we're going to GCN Mushroom City.
Here we go. Once again, a retro track, as we're going to GCN Mushroom City, which you barely ever see played. I mean, I've played this track about 3 times in the last year. I mean, there's that ending shortcut, which you can actually do shroomless. which
What we're gonna have
hopefully
to see is we're gonna need a quick and big race for LT if they want to have a shot at
we
coming
are going
back
to
and
need
even winning this.
instant. Yeah, exactly. LT are going to need an instant comeback to that last race and answer with another top 3, but more than likely they're just going to be fighting for that bonus point now, as 2 people actually get affected by that bomb car, one of them being LT Connor. So I'm pretty sure, is this a top, yeah, it's a top 2 currently, as Jamie's going to be able to avoid them cars but goes into the wall because of it. As top 2 still for Yowndrifters, they're most likely just going to be able to hold first.
Let's get the box here. If he can actually get a shroom to set.
He can do it shroomless, as we know. He does pull the mega. He's going to go straight. There's no way of avoiding that mega.
No way, and he decides to ram, which may have been actually a pretty good move for all of LT, not just Jamie.
Oh, he does get the shroom, but I'm not sure. He might be able to take this into first. More than likely, he will use it just to lead his first, but looks like he's going to hold it, which definitely could punish him if second place pulls a red here. But it looks like second place actually hit a car or something, as he does break on second now. As I would do this shortcut shroomless if he knows how to, as you can really just a little bit on the rail. So
he does decide to clip.
Yeah, he does. He is doing it shroomless. So well done for James.
So yeah, good job. That's definitely going to help
he is going to be able to hold up to this shroom. So hopefully we just hope that as we see, look, Yowndrift 2-3, and we see the Bowser back there, which is Jazz. So no running presence, as you said earlier, from LT except Jamie.
Once again, looks like they're relying on Jamie a little bit too much for this race. If he does get blued or redded, this could be terrible for them.
He has a stream to dodge the blue, but definitely if a red comes in, then he's absolutely ruined.
Or even if they do like a POW or a shock blue combo.
As we see, Jazz all the way back there, pretty much just given up, as they're guaranteed loss. The blue does come in. He's going to be able to dodge that one, luckily, as he does good job on holding on to that blue. But as we look behind him just then, we do see 2-3 Yowndrift, as someone actually gets killed on the line, but I'm pretty sure they passed. So I'm not even sure if LT got the race win there, and if they did, it really wasn't by that much.
Maybe a 1 bottom 3 is what we might be seeing here.
Hopefully not. If it is a 1 bottom 3, then I'm pretty sure LT are out of it win-wise. As we are going to get a it's basically a 1 bottom 3. It's 1, 5, 6, 8, as I'm pretty sure that's a winning race for Yowndrift.
Definitely. It is -5 to LT, which is, once again, unfortunate for them.
-5 to LT, so Yowndrift just have a 42-point lead, is that correct? I think. Something around there. But yeah, definitely, I mean, 2 races and they need 20-something points to get the bonus point. So they're just going to be going for this bonus point right now, which is fair enough, as 256 to 214. So yeah, a 42-point lead, as we just see this close match go to a 40-plus deficit in 2 races. So Yowndrift definitely doing a good job just to come out of this, but
not looking too well for Lost in Time here. But if they can pull something here, they really need to pull something quickly. Once again, they're going more retro tracks, with Jazz switching it up, going N64 Wario Stadium.
And big shout out to JohnnyBoy94292993, which is one of the best Twitch usernames ever, who's just joined MK Board yesterday, so welcome to the site. As we're going to go into the last 2 races here. Hopefully we can get some. I would like to see LT get the bonus point, because they have done so well to keep in this, but it's just no technical tracks being picked, as we do see all these retros. I'm not sure what this track pick was, because I didn't actually see it.
N64 Rainbow Road Lunar.
Once again, we have another Rainbow Road, which is just a retro, but
Rainbow Road,
I think we've had like 2 non-retro tracks this war, which have been Concord Town and Goomba Cave, and both of them are pretty simple to drive on. So
indeed, they're like I was saying before, back on Concord, they're not very muscle memory tracks. You can read the minimap and know where you're going.
Definitely. Yeah, Alpha isn't here at the moment, but as we see, Jamie is he's proven that he's the only one that's really running here, as I think someone got lag bumped off. Is he going to take first here? But I think LT definitely need a top 2 or a top 3 just to try and at least get that bonus point now, because winning it's nearly impossible. Like as Jamie's barely going to stay on in first there as he gets the lean back to stay on, but
indeed, we're gonna
don't think that much is going to come out of this.
He does get bumped off the track, though. And
he gets bumped off the track, so that's going to send LT's running presence way back to there. So currently 6-8 for LT right now. Not sure about the top spots, as we do not have a battle glitch in play to actually see who's up there, but hopefully it is LT members, as this track once again doesn't have many spots where you can catch up, but a lot of people aren't as good as this track as others. So hopefully Jamie is alright, but he does pull this TC, so he's not even going to be able to pass this, so he's going to be sent back even more. As we're just going to hope that KP and the others can
And if he does
try
get
and front run.
squished by one of these thwomp balls,
It looks like
it's gonna
KP
be
gets squished
very,
by that.
and which he does get hit by one
Wow.
of the thwomp balls.
As we see LT 3 members and a shot coming in by Yowndrift. So that's a bottom 4 currently for, and they are going to need something magical. As everyone knows, this is only a 2-lap track. So they're going to need something really quickly to get into them top spots, and it's not going to be the shock because that won't be in play for another 30
The
seconds.
hardest part about this is it's not only the shock; this is also a very hardcore front-running track.
Exactly, this is a very hardcore front running track with no shortcuts from what I know. The only way to really get up there is dodging.
There is one shortcut at the very end, but it's pretty risky right here, as you see Jamie going for it, and he does successfully make it.
Jamie doing that quite well. I mean, that shortcut is helpful, but it's just not as useful as other shortcuts on other tracks. I mean, he's going to be able to gain a few positions. He's in 5th currently, but I'm still pretty sure Yowndrift have top 4. As we do see with the battle glitch there, the top 4 from Yowndrift, and they are breaking really badly. So I don't want to call it early. I don't like being the one that crushed dreams, but I honestly think it's over for Lost in Time. As we do see Mila getting TC'd there, but still a top 3.
It doesn't look good for LT and being able to...
It really doesn't. With that top 2 break being at least 5 seconds ahead of Jamie right now, and Blooper's in 4th.
Jamie
It's not
pulling the
him.
blooper.
As we see Mila actually get a star in 5th, so they're going to have back to top 4 again, and just Jamie isn't able to do anything. He's the only one up here. And that must be really annoying for him, as it's unfortunate for LT. They put in a great fight. Obviously, they're not going to be last place overall, because of Sweaters getting demolished, unfortunately, by a final stand.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they can get a last race, they'll be 2nd, or they'll be 4th overall, because Twitch Emote's lost by 42. But at this point, we've still got a Yowndrift top 4, and it just doesn't look any good for LT right now.
We do see Jamie shrooming up the...
He is into 3rd. I'm pretty sure one of the Yowndrift members hit that chain chomp, so...
Yeah, once again,
he's
chain chomp ball being...
I mean, if they can get a shock and a blue real quick, and get Jamie into 1st, I mean, there's still a solid 20 seconds left of this track, but...
He does get another
3rd place
blooper.
He's just getting the worst item luck right now. He's had 3 bloopers, I'm pretty sure, this race, which is just not helping him at all. Now it's back to top 3 from Yowndrifters. Mila here seems to be getting pretty good items.
There is a blue, though.
There is a blue, but I'm not sure if it's too late. He's not going for that ending shortcut, and they've already finished, so...
He's getting right on the line, but he just is able to beat at the line to get 3rd place.
I'm pretty sure that's a free bottom 3, so... Top 2, 4, 5 coming out there.
So yeah,
yep, top 2, 4, 5 coming out there from Yowndrift, and... I think it's mathematically possible to win, and I'm not sure it might even be mathematically possible to... That's a minus 25 race. Wow. I think it's impossible to even get the bonus point.
At this
Unfortunate
point,
for LT, really.
It's really not looking good for LT. They had it, and then things, I guess, didn't go their way, and they lost it, which is very unfortunate for them.
There's one more race left for Utah, and Yowndrift, sorry, are winning by around 50, I'd say at least. Yeah, they're winning by nearly 70 now.
Yeah, that's 60.
Wow, that's actually insane. I mean, this whole war, it was within 20 points after that first race, but Yowndrift just shown that they are the more experienced team. Straight as soon as they get I don't want to say it's a technical track, but it's definitely a front-running track. As soon as we saw this MK7 Rainbow Road in play, we did not see any running presence. We saw pretty much bottom 3 all race from LT, and Jamie just got raped at the start, so
what we're seeing is we're actually seeing more technical tracks heading into the last race of the war.
Exactly, and someone's actually DC. This is what, exactly, here we go. Dreamworld Clowie, let's see what would have happened if LT was still in it and this got picked, because this is the first actual technical track we're going to be playing. It's kind of way too late and they're just playing it for fun now, but this track isn't really played that much, and it's just one of them tracks that clans should practice and pick more often. I mean, it's not the most technical track in the game, but it's something that you can't just rely off them anyway. You kind of got to know the little bounces and shortcuts. As Jamie gets triple shrooms in 3rd, it's going to be useful, but I mean, we're just kind of casting this match for fun now, because unfortunately, Yowndrift do take an emphatic win with this absolutely dominating GP3 over them, but
definitely.
Unfortunately, it would have been nice if I would be able to play for LT, but oh well, maybe next season. As we're going to see, Jamie in first with a shroom.
The absolute look of GP3 doesn't even give you a good highlight of how close this war actually really was.
Yeah, if you guys are actually joining just for GP3, if you actually watch the first two GPs, we did see some great shock usage. We saw a top three we saw 3 people dodging the cannon on Royal Raceway, which gave LT a top 3 race, which was one of their best, which was their best actually. Is Jamie's actually just going to go straight into that zapper, and it's just LT are just crumbling now, and it's unfortunate because they were doing so well for 8 races, but this last GP is just they've just lost it. I suppose.
I hate to use this type of terminology, but it looks like they got put on a serious tilt at this point.
The word tilt, wow.
Yeah, no, I had to bring it up because this is what it looks like.
It is. I'm just going to replace the word tilt with momentum because that's what I always do. But yeah, I definitely agree.
They definitely did lose their momentum going into after the first race.
I think as soon as that Moo Farm race happened, and that unfortunate top 3 happened, they just lost it.
That's when they lost it. That's when they lost it, and they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity to come back in the war. They didn't have enough in their bag of tricks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really unfortunate they can't come out with a win or at least a bonus point in this match. But well done for LT for actually getting 4. I mean, we did see Tom with them in net issues, and thank you for Jazz for actually subbing in so we could actually cast this match live. And thank you for Sabby for being here as backup if we needed. But pretty much we've just got a lap more of this left. We might be able to get an interview with any of the members. I mean, I don't think Jamie has anything to say. I'm not sure. We've got KP. We could get KP on here. I'll ask Yowndrift if any of them want to. Tams, could you actually, or anyone in the chat, if you know any Yowndrift contracts, then feel free to ask them if they would like anything to say. I'll try and get KP in here just so we can get a word on where he thought the war went bad for them. And it just seems like once again we've just got Jamie in these top spots. He's getting pretty good item luck this race, not gonna lie, but
we're seeing a blue.
Once again it's just
however it does look like he dodges
we are seeing a blue, but yeah, there is a cannon, so
he does dodge
that was a bit of a weird blue usage, but
Jamie take the cut here. Just gonna keep him in second place until we do see a few reds coming after him. But it looks like he's going to get him on the section. Or no, they both break, surprisingly. Which...
It just felt like... I mean, he's got the second place room, but it's just, once again, LT just back there. The only running presence, really, is Jamie, as he pulls out his red here. But, once again, it's just... It is really unfortunate that they couldn't capitalise on them good momentum races which they got, because it was so back and forth for the first GPs. We saw... plus 10 race win for LT, plus 10 race win for Yowndrift, back and forth. But then this last GP has just been 3 and now 4 solid race wins, as we do see Jamie getting right back to this 7th places. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Yowndrift, maybe a top. Not sure.
Top 3-6.
Top 3-6, which that's just going to increase the lead even more.
So
but yeah, unfortunate LT. They are going to lose that GP by somewhat coming up to around 80 points, which is pretty bad for them, but the GP3 choke is real. We are sorry that but I'm proud of them. I think definitely they proved everyone wrong. Everyone thought they were going to come in and get demolished in the CT division, but to make it so close for 2 GPs to actually do that is impressive from them. So hopefully we can get some words from someone. Let's see if KP can interview, or just anyone in general, but if not, then we're most likely just going to cut it off for there. But this is probably most likely the end of the first session of CSL casting. And we'll be back next week with matches such as Wollywogs and Charge Brigade Gold, which is going to happen. LT Bias is too real. Charge Brigade Gold and Wollywogs is going to happen because that was actually didn't happen this week. And then we've got Charge Brigade versus... Who do we have Charge Brigade versus? William Babbies, as we were talking about earlier, but if not, if we can't get KP here, that's fine. Honestly, I'd rather not, but go ahead. He said he'd rather not. You don't. Maybe there was some team demotivation, and they just. I mean, I'd be disappointed if I was going into GP3 being so close and then getting raped, but. Okay, well, hopefully we can get KP's word out of into the call. He said nod.
Alrighty.
As I am Adam here, so hold on for a second as we do wait for an LT member mean, I want to ask him about that shock usage because that was one of the most clutch shocks ever. But KP, welcome.
Hi. How are
So,
you doing?
I know that war, I mean, me and Astro casting it, that was so close for the first two GPs. Obviously, you got top 3 that first race, but you did well to come back. You got your own top 3 because of your clutch shock on Royal Raceway, which was really good. But unfortunately, GP3 just didn't go your way. And do you know if there was any kind of just momentum loss, or do you know what happened, GP3?
I do know what happened. Half of us didn't know where we were going.
I guess that is true, because
So
the first,
that didn't really help.
I mean, the first 2 GPs, we did get a lot of them. Retro.
Well, all Jamie wanted was retro tracks because he knew where he was going. So as soon as they picked tracks that they'd never played before, we just had people falling off the track left, right, and centre, and it wasn't the most enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you got the good side of the track picks, GP1 and 2, we're getting them retros, but it is unfortunate for you guys. I mean, is there any personal things that you thought were good about the war, or anything that you wanted?
No, I just played like garbage. So,
I think you guys, I don't want to sound biased, maybe Astro can say it, because I know I'm in LT, but I'm not actually in the CSL team, or the CT team, so, yeah, but I think you guys did well to keep on. You were going into this match as the underdogs, the inexperienced team. As Yowndrift they don't have teamwork with each other and much chemistry, but they definitely have the experience over you guys, with you guys being semi-active CT players. So,
I mean, it is what it is. We had no idea what we were doing half the time. Lost in Time, especially, is one of those clans. We're only playing CTs to have fun and make up numbers. So it is what it is. But no, I think Yowndrift was the better team, and we didn't get a chance to practice beforehand. And then Tom's internet died, so he couldn't play. So Jazz had to play instead. And then, as you said, the only really good race we had was on Royal Raceway. But I
mean, you did have some decent races like Concord Town and stuff to actually stay into it. But
well, for me especially, every single race, people were lagging all over the place. I was in first for every single race until about 30 seconds in, and then everyone would lag up, and then I was in like 5th. So I was getting first place items in 5th. But like,
so you had the Troy lag kind of thing where
I was in I think 10 out of 12 races. I was getting massive lag, and
was it like everyone in the so basically it says you're in first, and then every 20 seconds people just teleport in front of you?
Yeah. So that's what I was having. I was getting first place items in what my team said was like 6th. So I was sitting there like, oh, this is really helpful. And then you had people, I can't even remember his name, began with B or something, I don't even know what it was. He was lagging badly, I don't know, Booty or something, his name was.
Yeah, that's Shamron, I think.
And whoever that was just lagging all over the place. I had no idea where he was going, and then my own team, Jazz and Shamron, were the main 2 people who were just, I was getting lag bumped off the course, I was getting reds thrown at me by invisible people, I was getting bombed by no one. And I was just sitting there like, okay, this is just trash to start off with, but we tried our hardest.
Yeah, definitely, that's all that matters, that you actually try. I mean, understandable that you guys are just playing this for fun, you want to use all your members and at least get them to play one league, so definitely a good job for you guys to actually come into here and make it so close for 2 GPs. It's unfortunate about the 3rd GP, obviously. The tracks getting picked were tracks which you kind of do need to know where you're going, like Dreamworld, wherever that, Dreamway Cloud World, and
that was such a funny race. Because
Solar Edition MK7, which I don't know what happened on that, but it just seemed like they got so. I mean, I do want to bring up that you guys did get out blued. I mean, watching Jamie's perspective, he did get blued a solid 5 or 6 times. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, Jazz got blued on the line of Moon Farm as well. So there was nothing we could do really. They got good. I mean, granted, I did get 6 shocks that wall.
6 shocks.
But even though I got 6
shocks, did you use all of them? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think Royal Raceway was definitely the best, as you got all 3 of your team in the cannon.
It would have been even better, but I chained to a POW and then got megged off. So
yeah, they did get shocked into boxes and put a clutch mega. So you guys probably would have got a top 4 out of that, which could have helped a bit more, but unfortunately it didn't.
At the end of the day,
ahead.
you guys did put up a good fight, and you guys did make it really interesting to see, to watch in general. And then it was unfortunate. GP3, you all kind of fell apart, but you can't really blame it on you guys, with you guys not being avid CT players who are regulars to CTs in general.
Yeah. Well, 100%. That's gonna wrap up this week's custom track.
I have a few people who want to
Yeah?
be interviewed from Y.
Is that from Yowndrift?
Yeah.
All right. We'll add him here if you want.
Okay.
I will leave the call.
Yeah,
Good
sure.
luck.
Well, thanks for coming and GG's. You guys played well.
GG's.
Okay, so I shall add both of them.
So yeah, GG's there from a Lost in Time. They did well. As we've got Trippy Sam coming in, and
we do have Trippy
is
Sam
that Sammy as well?
and Shamron coming in to talk about the
Shamron actually coming in. I might need to add them on Skype then. As Trippy Sam does join, let me just quickly get a thingy in here before I ask you anything. I'm gonna need to add Shamron real quick, but I think the final standings of the CT division so far is going to be. Currently, we have final stand in first. I think this win's actually going to put Yowndrift in second. Relapse are going to be in third. Twitch Emotes in fourth. Lost in Time in fifth, and Sweaters in sixth. As we do have Shamron and Trippy Sam here, which were two of the players from Yowndrift. So, do you guys just want to sum up how the war went for you and why you guys thought you won? Just how did it go in general, I guess.
Yeah, well,
I don't know where to start off, to be honest.
I don't know. For me, the track picks weren't like in our favor that
Yeah,
much.
definitely. I mean, there was loads of retro tracks being picked, so that was easier for LT because they're not the most experienced CT team, so them tracks did help. But as soon as you got stuff like MK7, Rainbow Road, and that last track, which I keep forgetting the track name, but yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's where you got the top threes, and
Yeah,
that's
and the
definitely
first
why
three
you-
races of the actual war, I got all three of my track picks. Don't know how that happened though.
yeah, I saw that. But I was kind of confused why you guys were actually like you guys seem to be picking relatively easy tracks, like Toad Raceway and.
Yeah, to be fairly honest, I'm not used to most of the tracks,
Oh.
and I have some issues with some of the tracks.
So
Like,
yeah, fair enough. So
Like-
Sam here, obviously doing the same thing which LT had. They were mainly, I mean, because I know Trippy Sam's played CTs in the past, but a load of the active CT players did go inactive, and now all these new tracks are coming out. So it's a lot harder for these old CT players to understand. Obviously,
yeah, exactly. I'm more of regs. This is like,
Mhm,
I don't play much CTs as I used to like a year ago. I got used to so many tracks years ago. But just like about how many more tracks have I not played? I don't even know. About like 50?
yeah, I mean,
So-
there's like 50 or 60 new tracks got added at once, and then there's obviously like new tracks every week and updates. So it's really hard to keep track of all the new tracks. I mean, you guys did do well. I mean, that GP3 was really impressive to see you take that by like 80 points or something. So congratulations to you guys. Is there anything you want to say about the war personally?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we did quite well since
Yeah.
and Mika wasn't even calling, so she wasn't talking.
Oh wow! So they actually had someone's. So yeah, you guys definitely did well to actually take that win. I think that's all we've got for today.
Actually,
Unless
I have,
Astro, you want to ask anything?
one last question for both of you guys. Next week, you guys are going against Final Stand. Is there anything you're taking from this war that you're going to use in the next war for next week? How do you think you're going to be able to cope with FL?
I don't know, bag and dodge the shock maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the shock's going to be
I
a
just,
part of that, mate.
yeah, I would say maybe more front runs ideas, like maybe 2-3 people actually front running. We've discussed it about for like, do you know IRC for example?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
definitely.
normally I say about 2 to 3 people front running, maybe one person bagging,
Yeah,
and
and the
one
rest in the middle.
person rest in the middle.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, the only problem I have is if I actually knew all the tracks, like just kept practicing,
Yeah.
I would actually be able to withstand
Yeah, I
FL,
think you guys
but-
should definitely practice some new tracks because FL regarded as probably one of the, well, they're definitely one of the 2 best with relapsers. They probably have the most experience and upper hand over relapse. So you guys definitely going to need to go and practice some new tracks because they do love the new tracks. So hopefully you guys actually can pull out a win over them because that'd be definitely interesting to see. Because Hard Truth got a win over them, so you guys definitely can.
We have beat them before.
You have beat them before. In
Oh,
break
I have.
matches. Yeah, I've seen that. You beat relapse as well, haven't you? I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's it, unless Asher, you've got any last questions?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for your time, and congratulations on your win in the war.
Yeah, good win.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully your future
Yes.
matches go the same way. But I think that's pretty much going to wrap up week 1 for now. I mean, that's all the CT matches that have been played. We've got the final stands, as we just said. Most of the regular matches, divisions have been played, obviously. And we will be back next Saturday. Maybe some Friday matches will be played, but most likely we'll be back. Yeah, most likely we will be back next Saturday to bring you some more reg matches and CT matches on the Sunday. So thanks everyone for viewing the stream today. If you obviously want to keep up with when we're streaming, we will be posting the stream on MK boards, and if you want to follow the stream, you will be notified when we go live, obviously, and we will try and make it public when we're going live so we can get as many people as possible. So thanks for watching the stream, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys later.